What's up, guys? Today we'll be playing Stanley Parable, and if you haven't seen my new logo and my new name, it's pretty cool. So I forgot what made me do this. We're continuing our part 1 just because I feel like it and I don't know what to play. So if I were you, I'd comment to see what you want next. 9:06, my favorite time of the day. Why? What? Goodbye. I forgot about this. Accurate. I keep checking all the time. I have no idea this for you guys. Skip. Can I press space? No?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a...
Wait. Here for a second. I just look at the achievements. I just got an achievement for that. Speedrun.
All of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times.
Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Not 5 times.
I
430.
can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5
Clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of
Witnessing
witnessing.
true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it.
Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
No, I'm still not feeling it.
I want this achievement
To have meant something, it has to be a...
true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Probably.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it.
Perfectly well.
Ow.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in a... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were
supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making
meaningful choices. What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yeah, I am.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
Yeah.
Which choice would you make?
Hard
Remember
work
that
forgetting.
unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Already 3:30.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Yeah.
Do you make more than 8? Less?
And then I have to.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What? Don't put your
making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Which way? Anyway. Can I crouch? Oh, I can crouch. Okay. Okay, I guess I am going over here. Oh, is he making me?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I'm gonna jump off. Actually, I shouldn't, because I died last time I did that. That's my baby brother in the background, by the way. Sam, be calm. Be calm. I'm trying to make a YouTube video, Sam. Sam.
Need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
No, I don't.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hey, I want to go back over here.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Anything else you can do? Okay, let's go down this way. Wait, is he just dead?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
Sure.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like
just
so
called
much
me
garbage?
special.
It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
Yes.
To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that
Don't quit
knowledge.
and this
I'll have to
game.
live
Game
with
was
it
like
forever.
20 bucks.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
No.
I have to. I have to.
You don't have to. Whoa, shut up. Whoa, ah! I'm out of here. Oh. That sucks. If it kicks me out, then that's good. Oh.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yes,
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I don't think
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty sad.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and
Stop
been
spoiling.
victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I
Fine, I'll
tried
do
so
that now.
hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I just want to go over here.
No! Why did you do that?
Are
Quickly.
you going to make me do it again?
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Well, I'm
That
if I
means
just
choosing
continuously
responsibly
do
and
this.
always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
He's just gonna keep turning me off. I
Behave
think.
exactly as Stanley would.
Yeah, I guess we should
That means
probably
choosing
go through this
responsibly
stuff.
and always putting the story first.
Fine.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
2.
he entered the door on his left.
Remember when he started raging at me in the broom closet? Cause something. Keep walking this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Isn't. Yeah, I
Feeling a
know.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
I
hoping
can't
he might
open
find an
this
answer
one.
there.
Stupid.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
You don't even
to
let me
his
go
boss's
downstairs. Dang, bro. This game, you're so boring.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again
isn't what it
stunned
looked
to
like
discover
last time.
not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Isn't
unraveled,
what it looked
Stanley
like last
wondered in
time? What?
disbelief who
Oh,
orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Like and subscribe. Was it 112 Shark?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
He spoke
115.
it into
Is
the
it actually
receiver,
listening? Or am I
right
just being
there
dumb?
on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Are you actually listening? No, probably not, because this game's stupid.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yes!
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
I physically
speak the
can't.
code.
Here. Wait. Let me jump.
Into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I physically can't. Night Shark 115. And it still doesn't let me, so shut up.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
I'm sorry. I
The
didn't do
kind of
anything.
respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
I'm
If
after
you
a red
didn't want to
box
see
room.
what I had to
Red's
show you,
my
then why
favorite
did
color.
you come here?
I'm just
You
gonna
had a
read a book.
choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley!
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Yo, I look like that,
Make a
man.
choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's playing credits, that's not good.
Everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story
No credits.
It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
Okay, I guess we're watching
Whatever
the
choice you
credits
make is
on.
just fine.
See
We're
if
both
anything
correct. You
happens
can't be
after.
wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
I kind of feel bad
I
for him
need
now.
this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there?
I
You
feel
listening to
bad.
this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
You
You
can.
need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct.
sounds
That
like
is
Winnie the
best
Pooh.
choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Fine, I'll follow your directions.
All of his
stupid.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That just makes me go crazy, and then I got. Here we are. There's my good office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
I did.
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ow, spark was hit me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't think I could do this. I'm scared of heights.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
Right.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No, because you keep killing me every time I decide to make a wrong choice.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
How exactly? Just give me instructions here. Go through that door. Are you sure you want me to go through that door, or you're just gonna kill me? Say facility tower, I guess we're going to facility tower. Whoa, so wait. Mind controls, idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. I kind of want to be on the. What's happening now? Oh! I don't like black screens.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No. It's probably not.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Can't right now.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm recording this video for like 26 minutes. I kind of want to go longer though, because I feel like it. How it is just 2 minutes. I'm looking. 74% completion. It's so stupid. Okay, so now we're gonna try one more.
What could it mean?
Maybe
Stanley
more.
decided to go
Maybe
to
I'll
the
go
meeting
for 2
room.
hours.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we're gonna go through the door on the right, and because right is right. And
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's a really cool employee.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beauty. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But I found an elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, I go to the right. So I kind of like the right, you know, it's like a good door.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story is
there's one that's
completely
inspired.
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No, we're not.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
No, we're not doing
from
that.
the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, what?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
Yeah.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, you were.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I like the chairs. Oh no, this way. The right turn. Why do I feel like I'm in the back room?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. Okay, here we go. We're going down through this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But those dudes getting tired of narrating here.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back.
What do you mean? The door's right here.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, I guess we're going back here. Can I go into photo mode in this game? Is it anywhere in here?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! Woo! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I win.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
You forfeit.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious for this.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh wait, that does happen. I kind of like this. I want to go through here.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Actually,
Okay,
kind of want to go
now if my
forward.
experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential
can't.
mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, no. I hate this music. This music sucks. I'm muting it. No, that was actually. Ha! If I turn it back on, then does. Oh, wait. Woo! Adventure! Viking adventure. Fine, video screen. I don't think this line works. I can't walk on the wall. What is happening? Keep on the line. Oh, sweet music. I don't know why I tried to mute it. Walk forward.
Cut the music. Go back and look at
No,
that
you're.
fan.
I'll mute you. I can just mute you if I want.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again.
Bam.
Line, how could you have done this to us?
Yeah,
after
Line.
we trusted you. After
wrong
everything
with
we've
you?
been through, you... Oh, I can't take
one
this
got
anymore.
fired.
To hell with it. Restart.
No. Hey, Line. You're not being very
You know
nice.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting.
Finally on the
daring,
same page.
mysterious.
Bam.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new
I don't know what you're
path,
talking
a new
about.
story. Well, it
Isn't
could be
that
anything.
exciting?
What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
Get
Use your
murdered.
imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Wait.
Oh, no,
Any
not you
story?
again. Stanley,
Why
I'd
didn't
also
they
like to
just send me?
veto the
I'm kinda
line from
scared
having any
to
role
find
in our
out.
awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door
My favorite thing
that
to do
leads
anyways.
here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Which one's the door on
Another
the right?
victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
Yeah, it's actually-
Our
it's
destiny
that one, but-
awaits. Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule,
die.
restart
What?
again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it.
I will, though.
I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Cool.
Does that mean, did we do it?
Yeah.
Did we break the cycle?
Probably.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Yep.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Maybe.
Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
So is this the 6th restart
Perhaps he had
now? Like
simply
if I
missed a
go
memo.
over here, will it?
Oh, new content?
Yeah.
What does that mean, new content?
Fun stuff. Obviously. I think I got myself into a pickle here. This is interesting. Let me go into that door. That door looks fun. Ooh, what about that way? No? Okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing
Shut
the
up.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home.
What? I'm looking here, guys. No, I have to look at this. Information. 2022. Bam. You're wrong.
Computers.
Weirdo.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was
Wait, but I have the deluxe edition of the show, so I understand what's the difference. Because they're two separate games for some reason. The... Wow, 2013. Jeez.
expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's what I have. Some special.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet,
No,
but I'm
that
sure
elevator
it's
looks
just the
cool.
beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Maybe you'll go away. That would be really nice. Actually, I got a better way to make you go away. Okay, I consolidated it. This is... I might as... Oh, I almost for sure at the beginning. That could have been really bad. Okay.
Moving
back.
somewhere or up? Oh, there we go.
Yep,
All right,
there.
finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Woo! New content, I guess. I like this side. Stop!
To say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mostly
shut up, nobody
tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. Woo! I like this jump strip because I can finally jump. Wait.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to find where this thing's plugged into so I can unplug it. Yeah, I guess we're going. This is really good new content.
Goodness.
I didn't expect this
Another
thing to
elevator.
be so long.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
What?
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for
I
exciting
love
new
this
content?
elevator. It's an
If this is
amazing
new content,
elevator.
then I could just read you the whole
So
dictionary.
exciting. I
There's
love
20
this
hours
brick
of
wall.
new content right
I love
there.
these metal
Hell, I could count to
bars that
30
are holding
trillion.
me inside this
You could
elevator.
put that on the
Actually,
box.
you can probably
The
read those,
Stanley
like,
Parable
about.
Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
Dang!
This is what happens when greedy video
I'm taking
game
a screenshot.
developers with no respect for their fan base rush
Bam.
a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to
It's
make
not a
an
cheap
easy
expansion.
dollar.
I
And
took-
don't get
I
me
spent,
started on
like,
the level of craftsmanship
18
that's
extra
gone
dollars
into
on
it.
this.
In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Ooh, I
I'm
love this.
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah, well, actually, we're not friends yet. Kind of friends if you're gonna let me do what I want, or like. Woo!
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Whoa, what do you mean by that? I'm not going in the vent now. I don't want to know what you're showing me.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise
Oh wait, no, I
I
want to
made
see
for
the
you?
cool
Well,
surprise.
fine. You're a dork anyway. Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
What surprise? Stand up? No. Fell down a hole.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Another house.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
Can I step on these?
"Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all
none
of
of
them.
them.
And now, it's nothing.
What?
It's no games at all.
You're acting
It
like...
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
We completely
It's
deleted
just a
the normal
husk
Stanley
now.
Parable, so shut
A
up.
lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I like the elevator though. What? Not letting me have any choice in that. That's me, I guess.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Dang. Sounds pretty boring.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Steam reviews?
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, darn.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny,
Just mute him
with
like
his
I did
humor
for a
and
minute.
dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
I can just turn off
Trying to be
subtitles.
funny?
Oh.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
Turn up
I suppose I could write up a
subtitles
handful
and
of
mute
gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Here, okay, I'm looking at the actual Steam rating for this game. Let's see this. The normal Stanley Parable is very positive, but what about the deluxe? Yeah, they both have very positive. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
You kind of are.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
This is interesting.
I feel like a failure.
You are.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't
I'll
quite
be-
as sterling as I
have been
always
recording
remember.
for an hour and 5 minutes. That's kind of scary.
What's this one got to say?
Wait! No,
You
9.8 hours
constantly
in
have to
record
stop
right
doing
there.
anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
You can mute it!
well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
You don't need a skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Yeah.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Bruh.
Or 2 weeks.
A week.
I've been sitting here all that time. Oh, hello. It's you.
I feel
You're
bad
here
now.
again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events. Not if all events
I don't want to
existed
skip,
in the
because it'll
same
be like
moment.
50 years and he'll die.
Freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid, as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Maybe. he dead? Don't tell me he's dead. You there? No. Yo, where are you? Are you in the hospital? No.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Did I kill you again? That's not good.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Did you die? If you're dead, then that's sad, because I kind of started to like you. You're less annoying. Ew. I think I should probably press the gun once it lets me. Yep, there it is. Press the gun. Hopefully not Stanley, I'm Stanley. Narrator dude's still alive. Hopefully he simply moved on with his life. What happened? Kind of getting creepy. Free. I'm in a desert. I'm gonna press the skip button again. I don't really like this desert. Don't let me. We're on our own now. What do I do? I wonder if I can press the button now. There. Wait, is this like the restart or are we in a completely new one? Did we reset it or are we in a new one? Actually, he's dead. I don't think he did reset it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show
You're back.
you.
Thank God. Starting to miss you, narrator. I'm doing whatever you say. No, oh my God. Yep. Let's go back to that elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
I don't care.
So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I
Where's
say
going so
we
fast?
take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah, that works, I guess.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with
Did
a
you
few
make it?
minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
The end
entirely
is
new
never
experience, built from the ground
end
up.
again.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so
Stanley
many
Parable
different
2.
directions.
Stanley Parable
This
2.
is what fans have
That's what he
truly
kept
been
repeating.
asking for.
The end is never the end.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Hopefully the door just stays open.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I'm just walking. Oh, wow.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Yeah, right. It's all dude. There. Wait, no. That one was a little too close. Yep, there. The baby's all grown up. Wow. How do you know my name? Huh?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
I wanted to check out
what
the
do
other
players
stuff.
really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer
Button
is
that
that
says
they
my
want
name.
to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, let's go. It's my name.
Jim.
Wrong.
So, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
I will only say your
let's
name.
have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Fun.
Okay, here we go. Let's take
Wait, actually, taking this to the next level, guys. What we're doing. So I'm gonna go over to my audio. You guys are just gonna have to wait here for a minute too. Okay, just wanna do that. Audio, my docs. So you gonna let me do this? I guess I can't use my
Deep
voice
breath,
changers.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to...
I wonder if I just open my app here and like you'll see if you guys can hear me. I'll see the final edit. I'm getting into my app here, my voice mod. What do you need to verify my account? You already... Okay. Here, wait. Oh crap, that's not the right one. I wonder if I can hear me also. Yeah, that definitely isn't the right one. There. Okay. My name is Jim. I have no idea if you guys can hear it. So we'll see. Yay. Oh, I accidentally screwed myself. Oh, right. Oh.
Imagine
We're
yourself
just gonna
living
go
as
over
Jim,
here.
sleeping and waking as Jim,
What?
falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim,
Oh.
seizing all of
So
the
Jim's not
world's
handsome.
possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your
I'm not
dreams
handsome,
crumble
I guess.
into
Oh.
dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
I have a cult?
Do you feel it in your soul? Are
Yes,
you
I'm
really,
truly
Jim right
I am
now?
Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill! What a
Jim.
rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time.
Dang.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Ooh, me too.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Okay. That's how it works. Okay, but I like my Jim button. I miss my Jim button. I need my Jim button.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
That would actually... An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
It's a stupid collectible. I'm kind of tempted to scan that. Maybe I'll scan it on my video. I should probably go over there so that you guys can scan that thing too and see what happens. We might get rickrolled, who knows. You're right, that is a very new door. I forgot I had a voice changer on if you guys can hear it. I doubt you guys can though, but no society, no. There's a QR code right there.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday, because I am 12. Woo!
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
Fine. Stupid.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
What lovely.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
My achievement!
But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I am a gamer. My achievement! Yeah, I guess I'm living. I want my achievement though. I want it.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Wait. Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Yeah, it's a nice piece.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I got a collectible. Such a cool one. There's no collectible.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Bro, would you shut up? Nobody cares. It's we're leaving then. I don't know if I want to see the now.
Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
It's fine.
All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Surgeon's bucket, okay. Go up these stairs.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
It's a bucket!
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's
bucket!
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many
disorientating
contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly
PM,
normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
A really good bucket.
Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Ooh.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
We're going this way. I like my bucket. That was a nice
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Whoa.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I know, that one was a scam. That was free achievement. Stupid idiot. I guess we're leaving then.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yes.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Yeah.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
Here we go.
Version 2.
Thanks.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
I kinda like it, though.
Wait. Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
It's a nice bucket.
Would it possibly work?
Maybe.
I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. See this?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
That's a really good bucket, I have to say. Where's my achievement lever?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
No, shut up.
Stanley, don't give in.
Bucket.
Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley.
Yeah.
God knows I tried. So, I implore you to savor each
Is that how
and every
miserable you
moment
are?
you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. The boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Cool. That's the executive bathroom. Okay, now just keep walking forward.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay, let's start doing what he says now. This elevator's boring. I like my other elevator. They look cool at the big wooden walls.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown
So you know
fate.
the crushing machine from last episode?
It would be all
bucket.
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all
I love
right.
this bucket.
The bucket is here for
best.
you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No, because the bucket will protect the bucket. It's good.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yay! Fun. No scope. Oh, okay. Oh! Forgot about this. I got my bucket as protection. You can't do anything like this. I got the bucket. It's a bucket,
As the
guys.
machine whirred into motion
bucket.
and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
It's a really good bucket, though.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
They only said the bucket, I didn't say me.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
Am I still Jim?
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
That was kind of stupid. Hopefully, I wasn't that bad of a Jim. Because I'm not Jim anymore. Yes. The bucket. No, my bucket! No!
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
What is the bucket? I
No
miss it
man
so
can own a
much.
bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
No man can own a
It is
bucket?
man
What?
who should kneel before the bucket.
That was a beautiful bucket. I
There
got my
is
bucket back.
something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Yeah.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision of
Is that it? Just died, get crushed again. The bucket didn't save me. Actually, last time it did, but then cheating. I don't want. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, well, I guess we'll do one more thing unless, like... Yes, so bam. My bucket
Stanley
back.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yes. How do you get over there? I want to get over there now. It's fun.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Wait.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the
going down
opposite
this elevator
door.
again. I don't know if I just like don't die.
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
No, it's my bucket.
I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
No,
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Come here.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh yeah, let's again.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I remember that.
It's as classic now as it was back
I remember
then.
my broom
Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
My bucket? Don't tell me.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No!
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
Bucket.
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley.
I don't want to put my bucket in there. Let's see how
and
safe
then pop it into the machine.
Oh crap! I accidentally dropped my. I almost just dropped my bucket. Ah.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
Just keep putting it up to my face like he's gonna barf. Just blew up. Dang, that's pretty. Oh, that's even better. Bucket Destroyer?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential.
You stupid.
We were going to do such marvelous things with you. Tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here,
No.
you were magnificent.
You dumb shit. That's pretty sad. I miss my Bucket Destroyer. What? I mean, not my Bucket Destroyer, my bucket. What?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Very wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Bucket.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Yes,
but Stanley chose not to think
to
about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Okay, bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Well, you're
And
my
then,
friend.
very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
There you are.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
What do you mean? Look, I can teleport. Bam!
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
No.
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Yeah.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
I kind of want to give him the bucket. I don't like the bucket anymore. Now I like the bucket anymore. The bucket's stupid.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Warmth spread through Stanley's eyes.
Well, nothing else happened, so I guess I should probably go, because it's 10:49 at night. I've been recording for like an hour and 40. So...